I'm stuffing my face with a coffee crisp. And I made a rule for myself that I wasn't supposed to eat between 10 and 10 because I'm getting as big as a whale. And it's 10:19 and I'm eating a coffee crisp whilst having a Coke. Diet's really going well. So, what I thought I'd talk about today is something that's always been a bummer to me since I was very little, and that is the term friendship. It's very frustrating to me that you can be friends with somebody. This is an example from my own life. I was friends with somebody for 26, 7 years. They were my very first friend ever, oldest friend. And I'm not naming names, but basically chose somebody else's word over mine. Um, Basically has dumped me back and forth between other people and um, men, especially. It's like whenever it was convenient for her to have a friend, I was there. But on my side of things, I loved her very much. And I'm not just soloing out this one person, not at all, because this has happened to me before a billion times with a billion other people. Part of having borderline personality disorder, I've now learned, is that we love and we love hard. And it doesn't really matter how the other person treats us. We still stay, which sucks. Um, Recently, I had a friend who I was living with, and we went through a lot together while we were living together. And she used to call me her best friend. And sorry, I'm trying to get comfy. I should have done this before the video. Anyway, she called me her best friend, and I was her best friend, and she was mine, and that was great. And I think emotionally, I did a lot for her. I like to think so. Maybe not. I was hard on her, which I shouldn't have been, but sometimes people make decisions that are scary and silly, and I appreciated her and I loved her. And, you know, I never really saw, after I met her, my life without her. But it'll be pretty much a year now since we haven't been talking. And it sucks because, I miss her. And I miss a lot of people. These are just two examples. I miss a lot of people that I don't talk to anymore. I've, to my own fault, sort of pushed people away in the past because of my depression. Sometimes when the phone rings or people text or whatever, and you're not in the mood, or you just can't handle it right now, or you feel self loathing and whatever else the reasons are, you just don't want to answer the phone. It doesn't mean that you don't love those people. It doesn't mean that they don't mean something to you. It just means that right now, I want to be a self indulgent little fuck and lay in my bed and cry. Again, not a lot of people understand that. Excuse me. I've had a billion friends in my lifetime. Some I haven't spoken to in years and I still think about. Some have passed away and I still think about them. Some I used to be in love with, like boyfriends, I still consider friends to this day. And I haven't spoken to them. And I just wish that they would think about me and miss me the way that I think about them and miss them. I listened to the song You Ought to Know by Alanis Morissette not too long ago. And I haven't heard that song in years. And it's funny because when you hear it as a kid, you just think it's this, angry, crazy bitch. But hearing it again as an adult, oh, man, do I ever get her, man? Do I ever get her? And that song is like, you don't even have to be in love with somebody to just totally get what she means. The line where she says, she says something like, I'm glad that you're doing okay, but I just wanted you to know that I'm not doing quite as well. It was a slap in the face, how quickly I was replaced, things like that is like, it hits me hard because I obsess over things, and it's something that I'm sure one day will eventually kill me. I think about things from grade school still. I think about things from 20 years ago, and I think that's maybe some sort of PTSD, or I don't know. I've been diagnosed with so much crap recently that it all just interferes with each other, and I don't know which is which, and I don't know what voice is going on, and I don't know what to listen to, but I'm telling you, I obsess over things. Why do people treat you like you're everything to them, and then a week later it can be gone? It sucks. It really sucks. There's a movie called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and it's an amazing movie. And if you haven't seen it, it's essentially Jim Carrey plays a man who falls in love with a woman who's played by Kate Winslet. And their relationship was so amazing, but it turned so tumultuous. Tumultuous? That's not the word. I think it is, but I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. It turns into a disaster. And he hears about a company that can erase selected memories in your head. So he decides to erase her because the pain is just too much. The breakup is just too much. It's just too much. So the whole movie is him unconscious going through the memories as these, people are getting rid of her. But then he realizes when going in his memories, he's having these memories over and over again because they're trying to get rid of them. In his head, he's trying to make her escape those memories and hide them in other not targeted memories, like memories from childhood. Because he realizes, even though those memories were painful, there were some good ones. And those feelings that he felt for her were something that he's never going to feel again, probably. And I always thought, what a neat concept for a film, because if you could get rid of those memories, would you? I always have this fantasy where I run into an ex-boyfriend, or I run into somebody who's really hurt me or has neglected me over the years, and I run into them in public and they say, "Oh, hi, how's it going, Tab? It's been forever." And I just look at them and I go, "I'm sorry, what? Like, I don't know who you are." I always have this fantasy that I get this like sort of amnesia where all of my traumatic episodes or people that have come into my life and have hurt me and left, and it just all goes away. And I become like this ignorant, let's just, start life now. Let's just start our memories now, sort of thing. And I've been having like this sort of fantasy about that since I was a kid. Since I started liking boys, probably. And it's like my longest standing, you know, to be genuinely standing in front of the person that like almost killed you emotionally, and to look at them and say, I'm sorry. I don't know who you are. I mean, I've had a car accident. I mean, I don't remember anything. I really do apologize. And to just walk away, and for them to feel like, holy fuck, like everything we went through, it's ignorant bliss, right? She doesn't know anymore. And then they get to suffer, not me. I don't know why I always think of that. Because how great would it feel to walk by somebody who's hurt you and not even recognize them? Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be great? Maybe one day we'll get there. But then I suppose your amnesia self would go on and find new people and find new traumatic episodes. And then really you're just no farther ahead. Because I guess no matter what, in whatever universe, you're going to get hurt, which sucks. I have now, as of now, maybe, 3 people that I speak to on the daily. And I don't know, when I was in high school, I had about 50, right? But quality or quantity, I guess, right? I have a hard time with that. I used to always have something to do. I used to always have somebody to see. And I used to always have people surrounding me that loved me. And I'm not saying I'm short that feeling, because I'm not. The people who are in my life now are very special. And they do help me. But it just sucks that the people that you've lost from the past just go on with their lives as if they don't even think about you. And right now I'm going through one of the hardest moments of my life, right? I thought that was a spider. I looked in my camera and I saw this. It's my shirt. Sorry. But yeah, I'm going through one of the hardest points in my life right now, not even just talking about, everything that's going on with my mom, but, personally, having a lot of difficulties. But the ones that matter are there. But how long are they going to be here? Because I've had people who mattered before and they're not here. That's very strange. Every single day it could change. Just hear from somebody for like 24/7 and go places and go on trips with people, and then all of a sudden one day they don't call. The next day they don't call. And then before you know it, it's been like a year, and then you're like, I wonder what happened to that person. Oh my God. Excuse me. So, I guess I've always just been confused about the title of friends. Because I've always gone all out, and I feel like people leave me. But maybe I'm just playing the victim or something. I don't know. There are reasons for everything. There are reasons to exit a friendship for sure, and I'm not an easy person to be friends with because of some of my characteristics. I'm quite flaky, and that's because of the depression, I think. And no matter how many times you can explain yourself and try and tell people why you flake, if they don't have what you have or are familiar with what you have, then they're not going to believe you. And then you just end up looking like a flake. So it just sounds like excuses to people, but it's not, you know. Why didn't you answer my call? I was sleeping. It's in the middle of the day. I'm pretty sad. I just kind of felt like sleeping today, you know? I don't know. I miss people. I miss certain people. But maybe that's because I miss who they were and not who they are. I think that's a big problem with me too. I look at my friends as if we were still 15 years old. And sometimes I still expect them to behave like they're 15 years old because I don't have a husband. I don't have a home. I don't have kids. I still have responsibilities, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't made to be, a family, like a wife or a mom. And I guess sometimes I feel like I don't have anything in common with most of my friends now, is because, I'm just kind of sitting here. I always joke around that I'm the David Spade of my grown-ups group. I would be the gross cougar looking for the, check out that guy. And all my married friends are like, you need a psychiatrist. And I'm like, I know. um, it's hard to fit in. I've been feeling that way too for a while, that I just don't fit in. I've never fat in. I've never fit in anywhere. I feel I've just kind of coasted in different friend groups and different sort of groups in school and out of school, and I just kind of go where I feel like I fit in that moment. And then I look back on some of the people that I've hung out with, and I go, what the fuck was I thinking? Why? How am I not dead? How did I not get arrested? How did I not develop a drug problem? How am I not a fucking raving lunatic drunk? How am I not dead? How the fuck? Why the fuck? I always have these moments where I'm like, why? I don't know, man. It's a weird feeling going through life, and especially in a small town like Cambridge. I every time I go to the hospital for my mom's treatment, I'm walking out the hospital door and I see one of my ex-boyfriends there every single time I go there, because I guess he's doing some sort of rehabilitation program or something, and good for him. But like, fuck, every time I go there and we ignore each other. Like, we've never met. And each time, a little tiny piece of me dies on the inside. I hate that people like that are walking around in this earth knowing information about me. And like, they just act like you're nothing. Fucking sucks. What is with that? You bang into people all the time. Maybe that's what I should do. I should just move. I always say that I want to go to Simcoe, but I don't think that'll happen. But I would love to live somewhere near water. And I would love to live somewhere more nature, like more nature and less fucking shootings and stabbings and fires and fucking thefts and homeless people. Somewhere pretty, somewhere positive. I think that would do a lot for my soul. I think that would do a lot for a lot of people's souls. To just get away from the city. Gets depressing every now and then, seeing homeless people all the time, and it probably doesn't bug the normal person, I guess, but it bugs me. It bugs me because I feel bad. And every time I see a homeless person and I have money, I always give it to them, because I always think, okay, what if they spend it on drugs? What if they spend it on booze? Fine, that's probably what they're going to spend it on, because they're not happy. That's the only relief that they get, I'm not one of those people who's like, don't give anything to homeless people. Always give to homeless people. Because you never know when the roles are going to be reversed, right? I could end up homeless tomorrow. Or by November, by the sounds of it. And who knows what's going to happen to me. And I would want a person like me to give me money. Alright. I'm going to play some Minecraft. But yeah. Lost connections. I miss my old friends. I miss those happy memories. And if you're out there watching this and we don't talk anymore, I still think about you all the time. And I hope you're well. And my hair is growing fast. I'm getting lines of white. I'm getting lines of red around here. I'm getting brown. I'm getting gray. It's going to be quite interesting when this fucking grows in. So weird. Anyway, I'm going to finish my coffee crisp now and my Coca-Cola and my Minecrafting. And yeah, that's going to be my night. Have a good one.